the temperature raised in the damper. It's like an air pump, and I was just flying around everywhere, so I had no control over the car anymore. And, I felt like I had no stability on the rear anymore, so I really struggled on the last section.
How will that be on the next one then?
The next one is fast, but the damper should get some time to cool down, and then it's less wavy, less bumps, so that should help.
That's interesting, Jenny. I mean, he had a broken damper yesterday. This sounds like a slightly different issue then.
Yeah, so obviously the oil inside the damper gets incredibly hot, and basically he's gone into the stage, and once the damper started to be used, the temperature inside it has come up, and rather than it doing its job and settling the car as it's going over the bumps, it's like a kangaroo going up. People can't see me or camera, but my hands going up and down, same as Thierry, so it bounces around all over the place, takes the stability out of the car. So that's what Thierry was referring to. Hopefully he can do something, not just about the temps, but everything else. This is going to be mighty close, isn't it? But it is looking like now that Thierry Neuville is going to take the lead by, well, you just saw it there, theoretically, 3.2 seconds to Martin Sesks, Malcolm Wilson and Richard Milner down in the M Sport service area watching on.
What a way to come back, though, for Martins in this final event of the season. Not competed since Rally Finland in the WRC, and he's really come back with a bang, and boy oh boy, fighting at the front right from the get-go. As I said, about 5 stage wins already. He may lose out to Thierry here, but he'll keep on pushing. It's still going to be so close. There's going to be nothing in it, and maybe with that sort of damper issue, as he said, Thierry, hoping that'll cool down before they get to the long one. But if that
it will do it, and want to adjust it as well. But it's a different type of stage as well, PK. There's less bumps and jumps on the next stage, so hopefully he won't be as punished. There's nothing wrong with that M Sport Puma in these conditions, is there? That question mark is gone. That car's quick. It's been quick all weekend here, and that young man's stock has certainly gone up.
6 seconds off the pace of Rovanperä. That's 5.4 down on Neuville, so that is a lead change. You can see that on the left of your screen, but it's still only 2 seconds. Martin Sess and M Sport could still very much take this final win of the season. It is game on with just 2 rounds to go, 2 stages to go, sorry. Meanwhile, Gus Greensmith, Jonas Andersson also looking to end the season on a high, the way they began it back in Kenya. We'll get back to Gus shortly. Let's hear from Martins.
Martins, 5.4 down on Thierry. You drop down behind them, the gap now 2 seconds. Can you get it back?
Well, yeah, we were, I think, very cautious in this one, so I think it's okay. It's just that we were too cautious for it.
You need to be less cautious on the next 2.
Let's see.
That's good. If he got to the end of the stage and was looking a bit shocked at Molly and gone, well, I did everything I could, then that would be disheartening, wouldn't it? But the fact that Martin's gone, yeah, it's all right, we weren't particularly leaning on it, then that's all right. Here you go. This is the overall comparison now between Katsuta and Formaux. This is in the fight for 3rd at the moment, and Formaux going faster than anybody else in the stage. We just saw a moment ago, PK, from the heli, how rutted it's getting in certain places. And remember, on the very first stage of this rally, Josh McAleen planted his M Sport Puma into one of those ruts, and it instantly debeaded the tyre. You've got to be aware of that on the Wolf Power stage coming later on.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us and you're confused why Formaux's down now, he was given a 1-minute penalty, remember, at the end of yesterday. It's a strange incident. We're still trying to get to the bottom of exactly what's gone on, but crucially, it was not an error from Alex Correa. The team are very much investigating what's gone on there, but it is what it is. They've dropped a minute. They should have been fighting. It should have been a 3-car fight at the front, but as it is, they're just giving it everything to try and claw back that podium position from Taka Katsuta.
I tell you what, he's going to take over 10 seconds out of him here, PK.
He's been really strong all weekend, hasn't he, Adrien?
Taka's going to have to up the pace a little bit on the next stage if he wants to fend off Adrian Formaux. Remember, Adrian's got the best of the road conditions at the moment so far as road cleaning goes. I also do think some of the ruts have gone against him, and certainly there's more rocks out there, but Adrian going hell for leather at the moment, desperate to get back on the podium.
Do you know what as well, Chenny, going back to the championship race, with the pace of Neuville and the pace of Cess and the pace of Formaux, they are all getting in the mix now in this Super Sunday scrap, and that could have a big part to play. He takes the lead, in fact, 3.4 seconds. That means Super Sunday lead for Formaux. Rovanperä second, Neuville third, Ogier fourth. Evans is fifth for now. That's only a 1-point swing, but he's only 1.2 seconds behind Martin Cess. It's not just about Elvin and Sepp for those scrapper points. You can't write up all the rest of these guys because a lot of them have got an even better road position. It's another factor. There's so many talking points on this final day of the season. So, great run from Adrian Formaux as we watch Oliver Solberg make his way through this first stage of Saturday. How frustrated Adrian is still. Got to put what happened yesterday behind him.
Morning, Adrian. I have to say it's impressive to come out here this morning after yesterday, win the first stage. You're getting very close to Tucker and the podium. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's a shame what happened, but it is what it is. We'll see. For now, I just have one mission, is to at least go back on the podium, and we'll see for the rest.
Adrian, a lot of people are, of course, wondering what exactly did happen yesterday.
Me neither.
I'm not sure we're ever going to get to the bottom of it. The team being fairly tight-lipped. I mean, he's sort of alluding to maybe some sort of appeal, but I mean, from what we've heard, I don't think it's anything that is appealable. But
all I'm going to say is, I think it would be wrong to assume that Alex Correa is completely at fault here. A lot of the time, the co-drivers get blamed straight away for this.
Yeah, well, I actually think it absolutely wasn't.
And I don't think that can be the case. No. I think there's more to the story. Whatever happens, regardless of whatever way you look at it, he's picked up a minute penalty. Yeah. That's the point. Yeah. That's what we should focus on.
Yeah, that's why the team are saying that somebody somewhere has made a misjudgment or an error, but it's certainly not on Alex Correa. Confirmation there, as I just mentioned on the left of your screen. That's how the Super Sunday points are shaping up just now. I mean, crucially, the key point there is 2 for Ogier, 1 for Evans. But remember, there's just 1/10 of a second between them. That is how tight this championship fight is. If that was to swing the other way, then they're on dead level points, Chenny, and it would come down to rallies won, which I think, if it comes to that, would be Ogier, wouldn't it? He's got the 6 victories to Evans' 2, I believe it is. So that is how fine these margins are. And of course, then we come to the more power stage through here as well a bit later on. What a finale to the season. I can't remember anything like it. We were chatting to Petter Solberg last night in the media zone, Chenny. Of course, when he won back in 2003, that was a down to the final stage clash. You go back to all the dramas we've had over the years. You can forget Carlos Sainz in Wales in 98 with that engine failing and Tommy Mäkinen getting the call. I mean, we've seen it over the decades.
Can you stop? Can you stop, please?
I'm just getting excited.
Stop talking about things that could go wrong.
I don't want that to happen. No, I'm just saying final day drama in general. But anyway, let's just hope it's all one on the stage and we don't have anything like that. But anyway, let's focus on Oliver Solberg right now. He's had another wonderful run. He's leading the way of the Rally 2 runners, as he has done pretty much since he wrapped up that WRC 2 title, all getting valuable kilometres for next year when he gets in the Rally 1 Toyota. This Rally 2 Yaris, though, served him well, hasn't it, this year?
Yeah, superb package, isn't it? And it was when the car was initially released, you know, there was that sort of 4 or 5 month period where they were continuing to develop it, and it was happening so fast. But now that Yaris, for me, remains the class leader in the WRC2 category. It's won a bunch of championships, not just at our level, but national levels as well. And it's done it again here in WRC2 at the hands of Oliver Solberg.
You know, so there was a few nasty rocks in the lines and stuff, so I just wanted to see how it is.
What do you think about this championship, all of these rallies, all of these kilometres in the top class, it's going to come down to the power stage.
Well, I hope not.
It might do for the...
Today, yes, but next year we hope.
You're hoping to wrap it up long before this rally, yeah?
Oh, but let's see. Everything is possible. We have a dream.
Yeah, I was just going to ask that question to you, Chelly. Fast forward 12 months, could that man be involved in a championship fight?
Yeah, of course he could. Look what he did in Estonia. PK turned up and beat everybody. So yeah, absolutely, and that's the reason why Toyota have given Oliver that seat next year. So for sure, Oliver will be in the championship fight next year, no question about it. This man though, Gus Greensmith, brilliant to see. We haven't seen much of Gus throughout the weekend, but he's been leading the WRC2 category pretty much since the start of the event, and he's just controlled it so well. The speed has been there when he's needed it, and then in the really difficult conditions he's backed off. He's driven so smart, kept himself out of trouble, and you know, he has had a couple of punches across the weekend, recognised it early on and driven to protect the tyre, and I think it's so important that Gus ends his year on a high, and frankly, after everything we've seen so far this weekend, PK, he deserves it too.
Yeah, absolutely. He's set to finish the season the way he started it, with a victory in Kenya on another arduous sort of car-breaking rally. He's very, very, as you say, mechanically sympathetic, and done a great job of managing it. He's 27.7 seconds up on Nikolai Gryzin, so it is just about managing the situation now for Gus.
Yeah,
he deserves it after what he had a rotten run of luck, didn't he, in South America and Japan, actually.
Yeah, and I think those rallies, he loves Rally Japan, really wanted a result there, didn't go his way at all, had an issue with the car, but you know, he's got a pragmatic approach to rallying, and he's very astute on events like this, and that's what you need, particularly in places like Kenya and in places like here. You need to have that approach. That's where Gus ticks all those boxes.
Just hearing some unfortunate news coming through that Kaito Katanovic may have stopped, or has stopped actually. They're saying a 1G impact. That generally means it may just be said it's at a junction, so that's looking like another wheel change for Kaito, and he was in third place as well. That means Robert Virves could step up into the podium places, but let's hear from Gus. If we can get the door open. There we go.
Cool.
Gus, your quickest through, just managing out there today?
Yeah, it's with the how the last stage went yesterday, the gap's not as big as we'd like, but we'll manage it as best we can. But yeah, this is much rougher already than I was expecting, so the second pass puncture risk is going to be high.
It was 6.4 seconds quicker than Oliver, so it wasn't hanging around. Neither was Adrien Formaux, the former leader, taking his anger out on the stages this morning. What a run that was. We thought Calais was going to be hard to beat. 3.4 up then Formaux, and then the championship leaders separated by just 1/10 of a second. This is what it's done to the overall standings, though. At the front, Thierry Neuville moves ahead of Martin Sess by just 2 seconds, but that fight goes on, as does the scrap further back. Ogier still 6th, Evans still 8th. That's the key points, and this is what it means in the Super Sunday. Adrien 5 points, and then Ogier and Evans getting 2 and 1 respectively. Our day of destiny in the desert remains in the balance then, with just 2 stages remaining. Stay with us, but for now, it's goodbye from the Saudi Showdown.